Good morning, gang, and good morning, non-gang members. Welcome to my YouTube channel, Phil's Gang YouTube channel, and the Phil's Gang radio show, which you can catch each day at 3 p.m. Eastern Time. Okay, so let's do a little review here, because your question is, what do you think the market? You're going to ask me, what do you think the market's going to do? I'm going to tell you what it's going to do short period of time and long time. Okay, so let's go back first of all and take a look at the market. Now, the market's been in a severe downtrend channel for 45 weeks, okay, as opposed to the 2018 20% crash we had. It was down 11 and a half weeks, and then it rallied 45%. Then the 2020 crash, they called pandemic, which had nothing to do with the pandemic, went down 31%. Over 4.5 weeks, and then rallied 120%. Well, why isn't this guy rallying? Why are we at 45 weeks compared to 11 weeks and 4.5 weeks? Well, the reason why is because there's no QE left. They stopped doing QE in November of 2021. No QE. Without QE, this market would have never rallied 1,200%. The tech stocks off the 2008, 2009 bottom, and the S&P would have rallied up 600% off that same bottom. It's QE that drove everything, okay? All right, dropping interest rates to zero. That's what drove everything. And it was just nothing but a big, gigantic bubble. So here we are today in this downtrend channel. People keep asking, well, when are we going to finish going down? When is it going to break out like it did in 2018 and 2020 after a few weeks? Well, first, you got to have capitulation. What's capitulation? Fear. You got a big fear in the market. And fear is not abundant when you have the fake business news network telling you every day, hey, the market's great. The economy's terrific. People have $100 trillion in savings. They actually said that, $100 trillion savings. So there's just no fear, okay? Fear, you'll know when it's there. Your computer will start shaking. Your desk will start shaking. Stocks go down so fast. And everybody just, get me out. Get me out. I don't care if I lose all my money. Just get me out. And then the big institutions go in and take advantage of that, like smart traders do, and they buy stocks that are severely on sale, and then the bottom is in. Well, we have no fear, and we're not going to get any fear, not for a long, long time, because the fake business news network, whose job is every day to make you feel good and make you feel confident and make you feel hopeful, that's what they do. Now, the next way you can break out is if you have great earnings. Well, we haven't had great earnings in 13 years. The market's been driven in 13 years, okay, by hope, by QE. Keep bringing interest rates down to zero. When you bring interest rates down to zero, okay, it drives the big tech stocks, okay? Nothing like low rates. Tech stocks love low rates, and for 13 years they kept going up no matter if they had earnings or if they had no earnings. So now everything blew up in November. Now people don't know how to handle it. And so the fake business network, what they did the other day is when they saw that the CPI came in and the PPI came in, first the CPI came in, and they said, oh, look at this. Oh, thank God, inflation's down from October 2021 to October 2022, 0.3%. It came in 0.3% less than we thought. And then the PPI came in. Oh my God! The next day, thank God. So the first one, the CPI, the market went up. The market went up, for God's sakes, went up over 1,200 points on 0.3%. Put that in perspective. A person who bought a package of hot dogs saved 2 cents over a 12-month period. Are you kidding me? And the PPI, same thing. So what they've been trying to do, okay, is push the stock market up. When you're close to the end of the year like this, all the big brokerage houses, Goldman Sachs, Morgan Stanley, they want their bonuses. And the market's been so bad, a lot of them, their bonuses are going to be cut totally or in half. So they're going to do everything between now and January to try to run this market on any rumor, and that's what they did with this. But let me show you something over here. This, what happened. You see, on this side here, you can see what Paul Volcker did in the 70s when inflation went crazy, like today. Okay, he was smart. He took the Fed, short-term Fed rate is the rate on the money that they loan to your bank, and then your bank places a rate on you. So they were loaning money to the banks back then about 2.5%. Well, when they got hit with all this inflation, what did they do to try to get rid of the inflation? They moved the Fed fund rate, what they charge your bank, from 2.5% up to 20%. We've been moving ours up over here. We've had 6 rate hikes now, and now we're only up to a grand total of 3.50 to 4%. You think you're going to beat inflation going up 4% when we had to go all the way up to almost 20% on the Fed fund rate? There's the problem. The other thing that's going on right now is rates are going up. We're not done yet. Matter of fact, those 5 or 6 rate cuts has done nothing to bring inflation down. Inflation's come down 0.6% over 5-6 rate hikes. It takes, every time you put a rate hike in, it takes 12 months to 18 months before that rate has an effect on the economy. So, but what's been going on in the last 2 days is everybody's been screaming, "Oh, it's over! They're gonna get no more rate hikes, or they're gonna do 25, maybe 50 basis points. That's it. Then they're over." And that's when we had this rally right here. Let me show you. I mean, this is insane. This is insane. Inflation's going to get worse. And you want to know what's really funny about this? The dollar was coming down at the same time they're telling us that they're going to stop raising rates, that inflation is coming down. When the dollar's going down, inflation is going up, not down. So if you take a look right here, this was when the CPI came out, okay, right here, and see that big jump, and then we had a jump here with the PPI, and everything stopped. There's no follow through. Because finally they started to figure out it's not going to work. We haven't even hurt inflation, haven't even touched inflation. So anything that's going to happen between now and January is going to they're going to do everything in to rally the market to get their bonuses. I've seen this before. I've been in this market, 52, 53 years. So that's all that's going on. So today what happened was the bond yields went up again. The 10-year Treasury yields went up again, and then all of a sudden the market dropped 250 points, 300 points. Okay, and now they're trying to bring the market back because the trend is still in. The trend of you can see the bond the market is in, and also the trend of our TLT is still in, like this right here. Okay, this is one you got to look at every day. See how TLT is going up? That means they're buying bonds again. That means yields coming down, market goes up. But just because it came down one day doesn't break trend. See, this is trend. That doesn't break trend. Look at the trend is still going up. So this is all silly, okay? This is all silly. So this is all that happened. It rallied the other day based on that nonsense and telling us that, hey, people are buying bonds again, yields are coming down. Now this morning when the yields went up, that panicked everybody. So that's where we stand. In other words, right now the market is going to, like today, go down a little bit. It'll turn positive again, and they're going to do everything they can to push this market up by pushing up the bond market. You know, by a lot of people are going to come in and start buying bonds, okay? And the fake business news networks and everybody else is going to be behind it, trying to push up the bond market between now and January. And then what's going to happen is the bond market will come all the way back down again like this, and then the stock market is going to break the same way. The stock market's going to break the same way. It's going to come all the way back down to here, and then it's going to go lower. Nobody believes it, but that's what's going to happen. But remember, between now and January, they're going to do everything they can to push the market higher. Look, we haven't even touched inflation yet. So that's it. So please hit subscribe, like, and share. By the way, why don't you join my gang, free for 10 days. And what you're looking here is at the color-coded chart. The color-coded chart tells you exactly when to buy and when to sell a stock. And it's never wrong. You'll see. Try it for 10 days. I'll prove it to you. Green, you buy. Red, you sell short. And by the way, as you're buying a stock, if all of a sudden it's going to turn and go down, you get a warning. It turns yellow. Same thing here when you're shorting. Okay, you got to learn how to sell short a stock. Otherwise, you're never going to make money in the market. That's why 80% of the people lose money in the market. It's like buying a car with forward and no reverse. Okay, all right. So that's about it. So again, please hit again my subscribe, like, and share. Appreciate you coming to my YouTube channel. Hope you join my gang for 10 days. It's free. See you on the charts.